You may notice there's a lot fewer beards here. Apparently girls like movies too. This is the S-course.
We're going to be talking about the baddest bitches.
Yeah. Well, maybe like Queen Alien and then Ellen Ripley.
The fucking bride. Kill Bill.
I'm gonna go with L.
I'm gonna say Selena from 28 Days Later.
Bridget Fonda and Point of No Return. All right, Nikita, baddest bitch.
Natalie Portman, the professional.
Obviously.
Damn it, I was going to say that too. That's good.
I put her all the way at the bottom because I was like, everybody's gonna pick her.
I
There were so
agree with
many.
that too.
Yeah.
There were so many that I was like, it's going to be on somebody's list.
You know, and there's so much interesting topic or conversation to have there. It's about her budding sexuality as a teenage girl and how this idea of like the phallus of like the weapons
Yeah.
Yeah.
and like how she embraces that as opposed to embracing the plant, which is what Leon loves,
Right,
and
right.
like that's the femininity.
Keith Santiago?
I seem to be going with the villains,
I love it.
I like it.
and this
Cool.
one
good.
is
Baddest.
not like warrior.
Yeah.
I went with Kathy Bates' character Annie in
That
Misery
is fucking
because
fantastic.
she's not necessarily like guns blazing or anything.
She's evil.
She's
Don't get us
evil.
wrong, she's evil.
And you don't know what is gonna come.
She's
Right.
purposeful, has ultimate resolve.
Right.
I mean, she's ultimate resolve.
No hesitation either.
As
She's like,
right.
look,
oh, well, down,
I gotta-
yeah, you gotta go down the basement. See ya.
Yeah.
See ya, Sheriff.
I gotta fucking make sure you don't get out, so I'm gonna fuck your feet up.
Yeah,
and like I read the book way beforehand.
Yeah.
And once I saw the movie, they couldn't have picked a better
Right.
person.
Kathy Bates.
Fantastic. Mike Sador.
Oddly enough, the second person I was most interested in was actually Elastigirl from The Incredibles. Again,
Nice.
woman
That is
warrior
good.
though.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
I
Yeah.
just like the idea of like the womanhood, or motherhood of the character and everything.
Right.
But I'm going to skip her and I'm going to go to a quasi-villain who's not a woman warrior to meet our criteria here. Natalie from Memento, played by Carrie-Anne
that's
Moss. Because she's kind of an anti-Spider-Woman in that
Right.
she embodies the qualities of, but goes about, I guess, using her sexuality and using her feminine wiles in like a different way.
Yeah.
She uses men's weaknesses against them, almost the way a man would use a woman's weakness against her. She uses, what's his name?
Guy Pearce.
Leonard. Uses
Leonard,
Leonard's compassion against him.
Right.
When she's like, well, Teddy set up Leonard to kill Jim.
Yeah.
You know, now there's no more Jim. Well, I might as well get rid of Dodd, so Leonard, kill Dodd for me.
Yeah,
Done.
yeah.
And then it's like, oh, you know what? P.S. Kill Teddy too. Okay, yeah, Teddy's real name, John G.
Yeah.
And then Leonard goes after him and kills him. Like, ultimately, she's the only character that's served in the entire movie.
Right.
Like, all of her ends get met the entire time.
And she's manipulated this guy.
And she manipulates. The best line is when she comes in and she has this argument with him or whatever, and she screams in his face, "Maybe I'll be your whore." And he cracks her across the face.
Yeah.
And then she goes out to the car, and Leonard, in like this fevered pitch, is just like, "Don't forget what just happened. Don't forget." And
then
she
she
comes
back in.
2 minutes later because she knows his
She knows
condition.
how it works, yeah.
And he's like, "What happened to you?" And she goes, "Oh, Dodd, he beat me up."
Yep.
And then Leonard goes
So
after
good.
Dodd. Yeah.
So good.
Fantastic.
All right. I struggled with my other one because, it's so hard to not go with the warrior. I'm just going to run down my quick list real quick. It'll be 2 seconds, right?
I'll do mine.
Blow your wad. Blow the wad.
Obviously I had the bride on there first, right? I thought of it first. Deal with it. So,
I'm the man.
Yeah.
I'm the man. Done.
but it was obviously Princess Leia, right? That's
Right.
like warrior princess kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sarah Connor. I'm sure it was same thing with Ellen Ripley. Sarah
Absolutely.
Connor is
I didn't want to touch it.
yeah, exactly. It's
None of
it's
us
a
want to
given.
touch
It's a
it,
given,
which is
right?
good, yeah.
So,
But maybe that's another conversation for another time.
right. One of my other ones on there was Lulu Dallas from
Yes.
Development.
Of course.
Yes, of
She's
course.
pretty badass.
Woman
That was
warrior
one I
game.
had too, but I had multiple for different actresses.
Right,
So.
exactly. But I think the one that I really was sold on was Ellen Page's character in Hard Candy.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
God.
so
The villain? Question mark?
exactly. This is the one.
It is it's debatable.
Exactly.
Right?
If she wasn't the main character,
Yeah.
It's too
she'd be in the
bad.
villain in the movie. If the movie started off following
Patrick Wilson.
Patrick Wilson around, it'd be like, here's this horrible girl, doing these horrible things to him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Can I
It's
tell you?
not. It's who's the predator in this film,
Yeah.
and who's the prey, and she plays it so well. She plays both attacking and vicious, but coy
and
gentle.
quasi-compassionate.
Right.
When
right.
she's performing the vasectomy.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, there's this odd duality to like every line of her dialogue,
Right.
where it's just like, is like that going to be it? Is that going to be the end? Like,
Yeah.
and it's interesting you said that because there was a point very early on in the film where I'm like, leave him alone. And like clearly,
Girls
it's,
are so mean.
they are just terrible. And like you can tell. I mean, you obviously know that it's coming to be like this guy's a pedophile and
Right.
probably a murderer.
Yeah.
And she finds the safe with the pictures, and she's like,
Right.
oh, this is just something else.
Yeah.
But then there was another point where she was about to hang him in the kitchen, and she's interrupted by a girl from Grey's Anatomy, whose name I don't remember, at the door, Sandra.
Sandra.
And at that moment, I like really felt I was so emotionally invested in Patrick Wilson at that time. I was like, get away! Like this is your chance. This is your chance to
Yeah,
live.
He's the villain in
And
that.
he's the villain.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Such a
It's
good
that
film.
composure like that she has.
Yeah.
She doesn't really break.
She doesn't,
Yeah.
and a girl should not have that kind of maturity. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
you
Right.
wonder what the fuck has she seen?
Well,
Like,
yeah, her friend being
Her
killed.
friend, yeah.
Yeah, like
It's
ugh.
very interesting.
That's good.
That's
I
a good.
thought
No,
yeah.
that is good.
thought
I like that you
was
keep
solid.
on saying that's good after things
That
you
was
say.
good.
I knew that was good.
Now that I think about it, that was good.
Nick Murphy, you did a good job.
So there we were on the list, and I thought to myself, that is really good.
I was like, man, that's a win
All right.
for me. That's points on my.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have one more.
All right. Good.
All right.
All right. Let's do it. Go ahead.
Well,
Nikita?
thinking about it, because we're like talking about like warrior versus not warrior, like I'm gonna go a little obscure too. Kira Kurosawa's The Hidden Fortress,
Yeah.
stylistically paving way towards Star Wars.
Wars.
Princess Yuki, she is, you know, the last of her clan, and they need to haul her ass out and keep her safe. And they got all this money, and so she can start a military. So you automatically think this girl's a warrior.
Right.
But her way of fighting and defending and offending or whatever it is, they're just like, oh, we can't take you anywhere. You're too refined. She's like, fine, I won't talk. And she doesn't for the whole movie.
Yeah.
It's fucking badass. I can't keep my fucking mouth shut.
It's discipline. And
It's,
Yeah.
it's unreal. She just sits there like in her like Indian style with her like her little crop reader or whatever. It's just like, like, oh my god, this girl's a big deal.
yeah,
And that was
That's fantastic.
she's amazing.
I don't think I have anything else that's kind of like in the vein of Ellen Ripley. I had some like side notes and other things like not honorable mentions, but like points I wanted like to make.
Yeah.
Like female characters I identified with, characters I liked as a kid. I don't say identified with. Maybe I'm giving the wrong impression, but
Right,
like a lot of female characters I liked as a kid are the typical damsel in distress,
Right.
sort of shrinking violence. Like Marianne Ravenwood, probably one of my favorite
Yeah.
female characters, and she is just every scene in that movie. She's yelling "Indeed"
Yeah.
to be saved. All she just needs to be saved. Even when she's
But at
with
the same
Belloc,
time- but at the same
even
time-
when she's well, she is a pretty badass drinker.
Yeah.
yeah, she
She'll
is.
drink any of us under the
Yeah,
table.
and
so.
he raped her when she was like 15, so that's that'll do it to anybody. But yeah, even the scene.
But
with,
it was in good spirits though,
it was.
so that excuses it.
Well, I mean,
She
it's,
knew what she was doing.
it's not.
I was a child.
I was in love. I got
But
to
no, that's such a it's such a given. Do you know what I mean? It's like yes, that's like Princess Leia. It's like it's on there.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
we don't even need to like discuss it. It's
right.
It's on there. It's in
I
the
just think
ether.
that like it's Princess Leia, I think kind of like falls into the same category. Like even in their moment of like action, where they like try to like step up and be like one of the big boys, or try to like say like I'm not just this damsel in distress. Not to
Yeah.
harp on that point. They're thwarted by like the much more powerful and domineering men of the scene. Like Tot walks in with a freaking coat hanger, and like all of a sudden like Marion can't run away into the desert.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
And same thing too. Like Luke and Han go to like save Leia,
yeah.
and they're like,
She gets the
yeah,
she
she's
makes
like,
the escape.
all right, what's the fuck their exit strategy? And they're like, I don't fucking know. And
Yeah.
so into the garbage chute fly boy,
Yeah.
and
And then-
then, but at the same time,
It's like you're effed once you're
foiled
down
by,
there.
foiled by the trash compactor. All right, sweet. So Keith, what's your last one?
The two, I agree with the Fifth Element with Leo.
Yeah.
But I also had her in Ultraviolet, but more so Resident Evil, that
Right.
character.
Right, that's
you
good.
know, just wakes up not knowing anything and just goes, just keeps moving.
We're just talking about the first movie, right?
Yes.
Then we're all okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen somebody kick a dog in the head and
Yeah.
mean it as much, except for maybe Batman.